Huh? You want to know why I'm in my gotcha avatar? Well, you see, today I'm going to be ranking all of my old theories to see whether or not they've held up or not. In this installment of Confirmed or Denied, I'll be taking into account my theories from episodes 3 and 4. But before we can do that, I will be changing a few things. For starters, the probable categories will now be changed to partially, as in past tense. Secondly, theories 13 and 14 will be put in the partially correct category. This is because these theories were on some of the vaguest topics that we barely had any information on, and only recently have we seen more from these characters. And these theories did get a few things right. Therefore, they will sit here in the partially correct category. Thirdly, I am happy to announce that Theory 16 will be put in the partially correct category. This is because, yes, this theory was covering vague topics we only recently got more info on. However, I was correct in my assumption that Tessa was a technological genius and that she did adopt and repair NJ and V. So in some aspects, I was correct. Also, the body type / clone theory was somewhat correct. I just didn't think that this was the OG J. And technically speaking, my murder drone OC theory could still stand. Who knows how many worker drones Tessa adopted only for them to get tossed back out. Finally, Theory 17 will be put in the confirmed category. This is because this was my analysis of Doll to end all analyses of Doll. After 2 bad theories on her, we finally got somewhere. This video is majorly correct in many aspects, from giving us the biggest insight into what the Absolute Solver was capable of, and how it connected to oil consumption. Now, while I originally believed that the Absolute Solver's abilities were a side effect, it could be considered the result of the mutated code in the worker drone. I also predicted the 101%ers via Doll, with my theory that Doll originally died. With that now out of the way, let's get into the episode 4 theory. Starting strong, we have theory number 18. Has Uzi gone murder drone? After nearly half a year of speculation, it all came to fruition. Uzi, to an extent, did go through a transformation that resembled an organic murder drone and did go on a massive killing spree. I still believe that she wasn't possessed by Sin, but rather was in a scared / confused state as the Absolute Solver both overwhelmed her and mutated her. Not to mention, the idea that they inherited the Absolute Solver infection is something that we can say was confirmed, though I do believe that Uzi got her mutation specifically from N. Something else I like to point out is how Uzi and Doll are opposites on the Absolute Solver spectrum. Doll's quiet, Uzi's loud. Uzi moved on from her mother's death, Doll hasn't. Doll was in complete control of her powers, Uzi was not. All in all, this theory was correct, so I'll put it in the correct category. Theory 19, the origins of the Absolute Solver, though, wasn't the best theory in the world. The concept was the fleshy thing Uzi manifested during one of her meltdowns was an actual species that JC Jensen destroyed thanks to their habitat being oil. Then they uploaded themselves as digital code to infect and mutate the worker drone. And once JC Jensen caught wind of this, they had a massive callback to destroy these infected drones. This theory is partially correct, but I need to explain to you something wrong with this theory before certain somebody types out a 3-paragraph essay rant in the comments. JC Jensen did discover this mutated code in the worker drones, but they did not have a callback. Rather, they just find the living heck out of someone who didn't disassemble their worker drone properly, to milk every last penny out of their customers. I used to believe that there was a callback because of these scrap heaps we saw in this trailer for Season 1. However, these piles of trash weren't caused by a callback, but rather by people misusing or damaging their worker drones. I do believe that this creature was what caused the Absolute Solver infection, but maybe it was because JC Jensen exploited the species for scientific purposes, or to enhance their worker drones. Theory number 20, Nori the Experiments. While my previous attempts at solving the mystery of Nori were complete bombs, episode 4 would give us insight into who Nori was. I theorized that Nori was an experiment that was to aid in the study of the Absolute Solver. She would be experimented under Camp 98.7, and she would have ties with the humans, who would communicate with her via Bug Buddy. She and her buddy Yeva gained the trust of the humans before the planetary destruction. I do believe that Nori was the one responsible for killing these human researchers and possibly all the humans on the planet. Yeva was just there to witness it all. While I do believe that this theory is still correct, I decided to update it with my most recent theory. Nori was J.C. Jensen's attempts to recreate a 101%er, and being the angsty and rebellious puppet she would befriend the humans and aid them in their studies to destroy the Absolute Solver. After the core collapse, she would use this opportunity to escape the Absolute Solver and live a better life. I do believe that Nori started to succumb to her infection and started looking for a cure. This is how she met Sin and then went mad. This leads me to my next theory. Theory number 21, today's solution, tomorrow's problem. This theory was hands down denied the minute I posted it to YouTube. This was a time travel theory to possibly explain the zombie drones VHS tape, why Nori knew about the murder drones, and why Nori had hair. I'm honestly okay that this theory was debunked. It was never going to be right anyway, and we will get the answer to these questions in episode 5. Finally, we have theory number 22, V and the origins of the murder drones. The entire backbone of this theory was that she was the survivor of the Elliott Manor massacre, but in reality, this would be Jay. Despite the foundation of this theory being debunked, I was correct on a few things. The inner psychopathic character are the results of her unlocking her own memories, and her trauma is the result of Sin psychologically torturing her for this. After all, the Absolute Solver has lost enough puppets. It doesn't need 2 more of them running away together. On that note, the final thing I got correct on this theory was that V still has feelings for N. And her being a jerk and avoiding N is simply her trying to protect him from the truth. I'd happily say that this theory is confirmed. Now, I'd usually dedicate this time to my shoutouts. Unfortunately, I already did that on my episode 6 reaction. This is because this video was originally going to be put up before episode 6 dropped. And with only half an hour on my side, I couldn't really finish this video. Let alone, Capling was being super buggy, so unfortunately, I just didn't have the time. And I wanted to make this video much better than my second installment. Up the quality, and see if you guys enjoyed this quality, and I might repeat it in my theory videos. Nonetheless, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. And if you want to see more content like this, remember to like and subscribe. And if you want this style of editing and more PNG Cody, tell me in the comments below. Thank you.